Hi, Angie. I'm gonna share my screen for a moment. Okay, so we're gonna do your lesson 2 review of the Earth. Let me make my face bigger. Okay. Okay, for the vocabulary of today, you have the word vertebrate, means vertebrado. It's an animal that has a backbone. Backbone is columna vertebral, the bones on your back that make you stand up. And here you have some example of vertebrates like fish and birds, um, amphibians, reptiles, and mammals. All of them are vertebrates. They have backbones. Then you have the word photosynthesis. Photosynthesis means the process in a plant that changes light into food. Then you have the word invertebrate, invertebrado, an animal without a backbone, that doesn't have a backbone. And usually insects or jellyfish, for example. Then you have the word habitat, a place where an animal or plant naturally lives and grows. And here I have some pictures of different habitats. Then you have the word extinct, extinto, a species that is no longer living, like this woolly mammoth. Plants. Okay, so God made plants when he made the earth, and he made both non-living and living things, and plants are living things. Plants have many purposes. They give us food, they serve for enjoyment, they serve for building, and they are food for people and for other animals, okay? So plants, like any other living things, they need sunlight, they need water, they need air, and they need food, okay? And they take their food from sun. They have different parts, which you know, like the roots, the stem, the leaves, the fruit, and the flower. And all of these parts are necessary for the plants to live, grow, and reproduce because they take, for example, water and minerals from the roots, they take it up to the stem, to the leaves, and they have the flower to reproduce, okay? As the same as the fruit. Let's go here. The flowers make their fruit through photosynthesis. The green leaves take from the air carbon dioxide. Light from the sun shines on the leaves, like you see here. The carbon dioxide gas combines with the water in the leaves that they take through the roots. By the process of photosynthesis, the leaves put all the elements together to make food. Some plants, like beets and carrots, store their foods in the roots. Other plants store their food in their stems, like celery, or their fruit, or they store their food in their fruit, like apples and oranges. Some plants are used for food, as I said before, and some others for shelter or enjoyment, okay? And a byproduct of photosynthesis is oxygen. Plants give us oxygen. Okay, so here we have the carbon-oxygen cycle. It's just a fancy way of saying that animals and plants depend one on each other because animals and people, we breathe oxygen from the air, remember? But we need the plants to give us oxygen, right? But plants need something that we have that it's called carbon dioxide, okay? Carbon dioxide is something that we give out when we breathe out, like this. When we breathe out, we give off to the atmosphere carbon dioxide, and animals too. And plants take that carbon dioxide and they make it a part of their photosynthesis. So it's a balance. We depend on each other. And then we have something called decay or the chemical cycle. Again, it's a fancy word for saying that we depend on each other and there's a cycle. In the soil, there's important minerals for living, and plants take that minerals when they make fruit, for example. When we eat the fruit, we have those minerals too inside our body. But when animals die, when plants rot and decay, they return that minerals back into the soil. As you can see in this picture, you see the apple all fresh, and then it starts to decay, and then it goes back to the ground. Here we have another examples of animals. We have the vertebrates, the mammals. Mammals are a type of vertebrates because we have different vertebrates like amphibians or fish, okay? But in this case, we're going to discuss mammals. Mammals have hair and breathe through their lungs. Female mammals produce their own milk to feed their babies. Mammals are warm-blooded. That's to say that their temperature stays the same in all environments. Elephants are the largest land animals, and whales are the largest of mammals in the whole earth. And then you have, this is the shrew. It's really small, right? It's the smallest mammal. Now we're gonna talk about birds. Birds migrate really long distances, okay? Migrate means to travel. The Arctic tern, which is this little bird here, migrates from the Arctic, sorry, it's a mistake, from the Arctic to the Antarctic, a trip that goes 22,000 miles. Some birds migrate at night, others by day. Some travel alone and some travels in big flocks. Here I have a picture of what a feather looks like really up close. And here you see a map that it shows the migration that some birds do. God gave them instinct that helps them fly long distances and return without getting lost. Swans, like this bird, are adapted to the long flights they make from South Carolina to their breeding grounds in the Arctic. Breeding grounds means when they have babies. Their bones and wings and feathers are made in such a way as to make flying easier because their bones are really light. Okay, and since we're talking about instinct, let me show you some other examples. Okay, instinct is something that God gives the animals and it helps them and protects them. We don't know exactly what instinct is and we don't know how it works, but we know that God gave animals a special sense to help them and protect them, okay? For example, the bat. The bat is a mammal that can't see very well, but they fly by means of a built-in type of sonar, meaning that they make a sound, and that sound goes out into the environment and then bounces on things and comes back. So they can see through these sound waves, okay? It also helps them fly at night where they can eat a lot of insects, like in this picture. And then you have the green turtle as another example of instinct. Why? Because turtles go to a special island to lay eggs, okay? And then they go away. The eggs hatch and little turtles are born and they go to the ocean. Many years later, they return to the same island where they were born to lay eggs again, like their mom did. But which is amazing, it's because they don't have maps. How do they know where is the island? They have an instinct that guides them. Then we have bees. Bees are insects. They have 3 pairs of legs, they have 4 wings, and they have different type of jobs for different types of bees. They have the worker bees that they have like these little type of baskets in their legs that help them carry pollen from the flowers to the hive, which is where the bees live. There is only one queen bee, which is like the boss of all the other bees, and there are as many as 70,000 worker bees. A few of the male bees, called drones, take care of the eggs so they will hatch. And the worker bees keep the hive at a temperature of like 35 Celsius degrees or 95 Fahrenheit. Bees also send out scouts bees to locate pollen. Scouts are a type of bee that are in charge of telling where is pollen. And they make a dance, a special dance to show the workers where is the bee and how far they should go to find it. Where's the pollen, sorry. And then something else that your lesson mentions, it's called wildlife sanctuaries. People have learned that some animals are in danger of becoming extinct, usually because of what people do, because we are building a lot of buildings and not giving space for nature. So they're trying to get wildlife to return by providing habitats for the animals, by providing spaces where humans are not allowed and they can't build things. So all of those things, those places, swamps and marshes, have to be left alone. The people are not allowed to farm there, they are not allowed to build or do anything. So the animals have a special place to return. In this sanctuary, animals can live without being disturbed by humans. Here's an example of a picture. This is a sanctuary in Peru that is called Huascaran Park, and people are allowed to visit, but they can't build, they can't scare the animals, and there are different rules for it. Okay, and that would be it. I'm gonna stop sharing and let me know if you have questions.